Hello girls and boys, Alto Wisdom speaking. Morning to everyone. For those who have reviewed my latest video about AutoPlay version 1.6, actually here comes version 1.7. Why is it so? Version 1.6 was bringing a few things, especially with regards to controlling modulations and target parameters inside Live. So you could then control and send some random modulation to any kind of parameter within Live. It's very nice for experimenting. The only issue of that is you can't record that automation out, or you can record this modulation as an automation, so it has to be random. So if you want to freeze what's inside, you have to freeze actually your resample or just record the output. So figure out that would be great to have another way to control and to automate the parameter which is controlled. So I've added this one this time, so MIDI modulation. Let's review that a bit. So again, taking the same project that we were working on the previous videos. So we have that kick and bass and the basic stuff. We have the FM lead this time, as I want to record the outputted notes and events. The autoplay is alone on a MIDI region, on a MIDI track. And we have this FM lead, the same one. I think it's the same one from Shep. Yeah, it is from Shep preset with production, and with just a few modifications I've done on the velocity sensitivity. So all in all, I just loaded autoplay with almost no changes, some lens processing, a bit of velocity processing, and just reduced and remove the long notes. So let's have a listen at it. So as you see here, the MIDI is sent out, and then the FM lead region, FM lead track is listening to autoplay directly, and so playing the notes and the events. So what I've done the other day was to map micro 1 and micro 4 like that. So when we would play, then this macro would move automatically. So we see here the knobs are moving, but unless I'm totally wrong, I haven't been able to record what was moving here because it's coming from another device. So, or maybe there's a way to do it, but I haven't figured out yet. Okay, so what have I done next? So let's remove these links, which we'll not use today, and activate these two new faders, new knobs, which called MIDI 1 and MIDI 2. We can activate or deactivate them. And here we have to select the continuous control, the CC value that we want to send. So let's say I'm going to use 59 for this one and 60 for this one. Then as soon as I will hit play, this parameter will not only send a mapping value, but it will also send some MIDI notes on the continuous controller. If I have MIDI monitors somewhere, then we can just watch it. I think I have this one. Yeah. Okay. So let's listen to it. Let's remove notes and just listen to the continuous control. So we see what's outputted except for the notes. So we have CC 59 and CC 60, which are outputted automatically. So we have this MIDI going out, but how do we tell Serum, for example, to listen to this? There's a simple way. Let's start by removing one of these, deactivated it, so we only output the knob 59. And then let's get into Serum. And as we want to control the cutoff, we're gonna MIDI learn this control. Let's reset the control. Let's MIDI learn this. So now Serum is expecting for the next CC message to be a control, and it will automatically be mapped. So just hit MIDI learn and play, and there we go. Though I haven't done anything, there is no mapping here. We still have this parameter which is now following the value. Same for micro 4, but in this case, of course, I will deactivate this one and activate this one. It's just for the sake of learning. And then MIDI learn. And there we go. So now everything is done, so we can remove them. We can activate both, and then there we go. So all in all, it just seems like we have exactly the same behavior as we had using the parameter mapping. The difference will be quite clear. I've just pressed record here, so we have the track which is armed and recording anything which is going out of AutoPlay. So let's do a simple record. That's enough. And let's have a look at what has been done. Okay, so we have the normal the notes which have been outputted, but we have also the velocities that you see here, which correspond to the velocities that have been sent by AutoPlay. But now let's have a look at the modulations. If I can figure out where they are now. Yeah. That's okay. So we have here the envelopes. So let's go on MIDI control, and now we see that we have this blue icon here, which means that there is something happening on the MIDI controllers. And if we go down, and we have the list of all the controllers. So you see here, for example, the modulation, breeze, which are the dedicated CC control, continuous control, channel pressure, etc. But we have now the 59 and 60, which by default are mapped to nothing. They don't correspond to anything by default. But now we have some values there. So what AutoPlay has done is sending each time any of this control was modified, it has been sent as a MIDI CC value. So you see the continuous control changing. Same for the 60, though the values will be different because they are following the modulation parameters that I have set. So now if I just stop that, so let's remove the AutoPlay input, so we just hear what's happening there. And let's get back to Serum. And we see that if I hit play, we still have these knobs moving, which means that I've recorded actually the modulation that has been sent by AutoPlay. So I have something which is fixed that I can reproduce as long as I want, and I can also change it if needed. Of course, if I just want to do it as another change here, but I have the basic foundation for a modulation. Simple as that. It's very something which is quite straightforward. So keep in mind that you have to do the proper routing. That's the key point, of course, to be able to record out of AutoPlay. And also that for learning properly, you should just activate one of these at the same time, because if not, it will just send both continuous controllers, and it will just mess up with your MIDI learn. Showed it for Serum. You probably can do that in almost any VST. Not sure. I haven't tested it on Ableton's own stuff, but it should work as well. And but for example, if you take UE stuff like Zebra, you have the same kind of stuff, and probably in most VST you have a MIDI launch function, so it's pretty simple to set up. Okay, so that was it. Version 1.7 of AutoPlay, which is now available. So head up to your Gumroad library for those who have already purchased it, and download this new version. And if you're interested in my stuff, then check out my Gumroad page. If you're interested in the sounds that I've used today, then you can go to follow the links. The link also to Mute Productions stuff, which is pretty great if you're doing anything Psytrance related. Thanks for your time and take care. Bye.